Hello, Leo. Thank you for tuning into your love read, if I can speak. For the main read, I'm using the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, illustrated by Mark Evans. For the supportive cards, I'm using the Angel's Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Alright, I already shuffled. I'm going to do relationship first, single second, and I pull up the Oracle cards as needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why are we doing that, I wonder? Okay, Leo, yes. Stop. I don't know if we're going to do Oracle cards yet, so I'll go through what we have and we'll see what we have. Now, I'm getting kind of like... This ends up where you're both on the same page. And I feel like you're both kind of... Alright, let's see where this is going. Because I don't want to just judge at first sight because of what I'm seeing here. Let's see where it's going based on the information we're seeing. Now, what's keeping the situation where it is, it's kind of overlapping between you and your partner. You seem to be going more along the lines of what your partner is feeling. It's almost like what they're feeling seems to be influencing you in the sense of like, well, if that's where you stand, then we might as well go with that. Because they have the Eight of Cups. That's looking for different opportunities. That's what I'm getting for this. Looking for other opportunities is what I'm feeling. It's kind of not being connected to the love that's around you. It's more looking for what else is out there. Everything feels very grayed out on this. It's a blue shade to the whole card, but to me it feels very grayed out and very sad in a sense. Now, what you have on the other side is you have the Tower, and then you have the, there's a card behind it. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is behind the Tower. So you got this. That's telling me this is happening really quickly. I feel like the Eight of Wands behind it, because the Tower tends to go quick on its own, but I feel like it's just like a quick flash decision and everything just seems to be like, it's almost like one argument or one discussion. I'm more feeling like a discussion, depending on how you view it. I feel like it's more of like a discussion. Just everything happens all really quick. And I feel like the Eight of Wands behind it is saying that even the conversation wasn't planned. It's like one day you're together, the next day... I don't want to say that there's a breakup, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that there's a breakup here. So if this is hitting for you, I'm trying to see like what else this would go for, but I'm getting like there's a breakup here, and I don't know. I feel like that's kind of pessimistic, but it's really just what's resonating. So if this is hitting for you, that's really what's resonating for me. Which is strange. Only because I do feel like there's love on your side. Because you have the Ace of Cups, but I'm also seeing the Wheel of the Year on the other person's side. Like I feel like you're pushing this love towards the other person, and I almost feel like you're offended that they're looking for other opportunities, and it's just a flash decision. You know, if you don't feel about me the way I feel about you, then why am I wasting my time with you? But you have the Ace of Cups here, so there's a lot of love here. But I feel like something happens, and I almost feel like you're insulted. If this is hitting, that's kind of... I feel like this comes out of nowhere in the sense of, like, your partner, like, is looking for other opportunities or something, and I feel like you're insulted, and then just things change. I just kind of feel like you're like, I'm not going to stand for that. I'm not going to put up with that. That's kind of where the energy I'm feeling there. And things happen really quick. It just feels like things happen quick. Because you're feeling love, and you, like, the love is there on your side, but the Wheel of the Year, which is reminiscent of the Wheel of Fortune in usual decks, it's just not, it's just kind of like, there could be so much here, but the place that your partner's taking it, like, I just feel like you're offended. I feel like you're offended, and you're just like, I'm not putting up with that. There's no way I'm putting up with that. I don't know what they say, but I feel like it's something they say they shouldn't have. Although it is the truth. It is the truth, but I feel like when they say whatever they say, that even though it's the truth, I feel like the reaction they get from you, I don't know if they were expecting that, which seems interesting. Because what we're going forward to next, they have the Five of Cups on their side, which I feel like they're regretting what's happened. I feel like there's kind of like a split. I feel like this goes through really quick, and you're really offended. And they're looking for other opportunities. They let you know, and you're just like, well, I'm not going to stand for that. And I feel like they're regretting saying that. I feel like that's what this is saying. They're regretting saying that. My question is, how is this Six of Pentacles pushing in? Because I feel like afterwards, after the dust kind of settles, you guys kind of talk this out. I do feel like you talk this out after the fact. But I am noticing too, I think the decision's already made. Even though you love this person, I do feel like you love them. I'm noticing on their side, they have the Three of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles, and right behind your Eight of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. And these are kind of blurring in together too, like you're going in the same way. There's one more card I haven't shown you yet, which is really kind of defining the whole thing. You got the Three of Swords here. It seems to be also right in there with all this, which I do feel is heartbreak. And I feel like the other person, like, I feel like there's a love between the two of you. I feel like you have a lot of love for this person. And I do feel that they care for you, but for whatever reason, I'm not really even thinking it's a question of love. I'm just feeling like the way the two of you work, it's just not matching up. And there's stress. I feel like your partner feels a lot of stress to keep up, and I'm almost getting like this. I'm not one to connect a sign with a card. I don't like to do that because I feel like it gives people the wrong impression, but every time I'm looking at the partner side, I'm getting kind of like an Earth Virgo feel, which makes me feel like the other person is very stable and has a certain pattern, like does things like in a list way, like in a certain order. And the thing is, you have a lot of dynamic energy is what I'm getting. If this is hitting for you, you get things done, but I feel like the way you go at it works for you, but it confuses your partner, and they have a hard time like keeping up because you do things in different orders based on what needs to be done, what's available to you. You just kind of go and get things done. Everything seems to get done, but it's just like as it comes towards you, you just handle it. Your partner's more likely to plan and do things in a certain order. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like there's more of a static way of handling it, I guess you would say. More written down, do this, do that, do the next. Things are planned, things are scheduled type feeling. And I feel like the energy on your side that I'm feeling, if you're the Leo energy that I'm connecting with, it's just kind of, you get things done, but it's like as it comes toward you, you just handle it. And it's just like, there's some planning usually, but if something else pops in, you can just switch gears quick and take care of that. I don't feel like it's conducive with your partner. I feel like that's the situation here. I don't feel like it's a question of love. I feel like it's a question of how the two of you match up. And there's just like a mismatch of how things are handled, which is leading to this heartbreak. Because there is you guys do talk it through, but I feel like you both agree of who you are. It's not about the love, it's about how things are handled. And this is why I feel like your partner explains that's why they're thinking about other opportunities. Because I feel like they were having a moment of frustration because to them, life is chaotic. To you, life is very good. I don't feel like you were having a problem with this. Not like they were, but I feel like to them, it was chaotic For you it works, for them it's hard. And I just feel like it's just the way you guys are matching up. It's not about the love, it's how the two lives are matching up. I'm noticing though, after even you talk this out and you understand where each of you are coming from and how things are, you still have the Six of Swords on your side. You're moving on. I feel like your partner feels better because they have the Four of Wands, because you understand. I feel like the dignity is brought back to the situation because they didn't want you thinking they were leaving you for somebody else or something like. I feel like the understanding is there. So I feel like they're happy that you understand what they meant and it's been worked out in as civilized as it's going to be. So I feel like they seem to have accepted that the situation wasn't going to make it long term. And even though the love is there, they had accepted that this was going to happen at some point. And I'm getting like this forging ahead. What they're happy about is that you understand, that they clarified things, that there's no miscommunication as there might have been originally. Now, that being said, now what is the... So, this seems to go... I'm noticing this here, but I'm trying to understand where exactly we're going with it, so I'm just going to start talking about it, and we'll probably fill in as it wants to. It's normal for my readings. You have the Eight of Pentacles. They have the Emperor. And I very much feel the Emperor on their side is how they feel after this has been settled. And the way they're looking towards the future, they're feeling stronger. They feel happier that you understand what they really meant. I feel like they're not like... I don't feel like they're overjoyed that it didn't work out, but they're feeling more comfortable that you both know where things are. I feel like things that have been going unsaid for a while have been said and have been ironed out so you both understand where each person was standing. It was done in a way to where I don't feel like anything was nasty here. I'm not feeling any nasty energy, any meanness. I'm not feeling anything like that where anybody like started ripping the other one apart or anything like that. It seems like things worked out well. So I feel like they're happy and comfortable that it's been taken care of. I feel like a weight has been lifted because the love is still there, but it took them a while to accept that it wasn't going to work out, and I feel like they've been working on this for a while before it got to this point. So the fact that it's been taken care of, I feel like it's like a weight lifted because it was something they knew they had to handle. When I'm getting the Seven of Pentacles, this is definitely after for you as well. Same part of the situation. But I feel like you're just kind of looking at it and trying to really understand how it got to where it got to. I feel like you're looking back at it, and again, the love is really... I feel like you really did love... I feel like you still do love this person, to be honest with you, even at this point. And I feel like you're looking at the situation, trying to analyze it a little bit, trying to understand, like, was there a chance here that we just didn't take? Or, you know, I feel like you're just trying to understand it. And you're just wondering, like, I even feel like after this part, you're kind of going through it. And you're like, was this salvageable or was this not? Like, I feel like you're just trying to look at it a little differently. Something about it, I feel like, leaves you a little uneasy in the sense of, like, you want to feel like there was a chance for this to work out. You're just trying to find out if that's true, where that was. I just feel like you're auditing it a little bit. I don't feel like you're drowning yourself in it, but I feel like you're kind of playing it over every now and then, just trying to understand, like, was there a chance for this to work out? Or, you know what, was this doomed from the very beginning? And the reason I think you're doing this is because you're trying to think, like, the next person that comes around, am I going to be able to see it in the beginning if it's just headed for this brick wall? Or is this just something where we have to see how it goes and then sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't? I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of, like, looking back at this, preferring it worked out because you do have the love there. And you're just like, I don't feel like it was this hard for you. And you're kind of a little confused because you're like, I didn't think it was that bad. Like, I don't understand why this had to come to ruin. But I feel like the other side also wasn't really communicating how they were feeling, which I feel like you might be realizing that at this point, like the communication, the information wasn't coming to you, so you didn't really have a chance to change anything or try to make something more malleable, if I want to use that word, for the other person. Okay. I do want to say before I end this, because I feel like we're kind of at the end here for the relationship part, I did kind of connect with a Virgo feel, but that doesn't mean it's held to just a Virgo. It could be any sign. It's just that you and this other person didn't match, and the other person seems more like they have like a certain way things are done, and I feel like the way you work through life and the way they work through life, it just wasn't connecting, but I don't feel like they were telling you. I'm seeing here at the end. Like, I feel like they were just trying to go along with what you wanted, and I don't feel like they were communicating how it was really affecting them, at least not to the level where you were understanding how much it was upsetting them. Okay. And that's the retrospect. This is after I feel like you're looking at that. Good? All right, so I'm going to go into Leo singles. We didn't do any oracle cards. And I kind of was pushed back from it when I was kind of going for the deck in the beginning, but when they happen, they just wait, and if later they want to put them out there, I put them out there, but must be we got all the information out as necessary. I feel like the situation's pretty much already at that point, like, it's already where it's going to be, so I feel like it's just going through the last pieces of that part. Alright, let's go into Leo singles. Leo singles. What information do we have for Leo singles? Empowering information. Strengthening information. We got two in the middle. Oh, I should say a double card in the center. There's that card. At least it's in the past. I just realized I got more candles out, and I didn't light them today. I don't see, now I'm drawn to the oracle cards, and I don't know why, because it looks good. There's one card in the past, but it's the past that's a little rough, but it is the past. All right. This is interesting, because I feel like I'm seeing this rough moment in the past more of a defining moment than I thought it was, especially when I'm looking at where you're standing. The past is the Three of Swords with the no with an exclamation. Somebody turned you down, or you turned them down. One of the two. I think somebody turned you down. I'm feeling it's more the energy coming toward you, like you wanted to be with somebody and they said no, for whatever reason. You made the offer, or you went towards them, or whatever. For whatever reason, it was a flat out no. It was a definite no, no question, no. And I'm seeing the Six of Cups here. And you're remembering this, because this seems to be weighing on you right now. A no in the past is affecting you now, because I think something's changing at the moment. Especially when I see the Six of Wands in your mental state with the meditation brings answers. Six of Wands, to me, that's like you're looking at a situation that you're going into, feeling like it's an assured victory. And you're looking, I feel like this is the same person, and now you're getting the green light with this person, but you're questioning, like, why was it a complete no, like a definite no then, and now it's a yes? Like, I feel like you're kind of standing at this spot where you realize this person definitely is interested now, but you're like, why are they interested now when they flat out told me no? It was a definite no before, but now it's a yes. And the meditation brings answers. It means I feel like you're really wondering, like, why is that? Like, I feel like that's the biggest part with that card. You're questioning. You're like, why is that? I'm getting your overall energy is the Eight of Wands with the no need to worry. Things are happening quick here. But they're happening at a rapid rate in the sense of, like, the information is coming towards you. Like, I feel like what they're saying here is, like, that no, that definite no in the past has switched to a yes. Like, you just find this out, like, it's like out of the blue, this person tells you this. And it changes everything real quick. It's like it comes in fast. For whatever reason, like, I feel like this person comes towards you, And now they're telling you yes. They're like, oh, I actually would like to go out with you or whatever. And I feel like this comes out of the blue. It just seems like it happens fast on your side. I don't know about on their side. It seems like they were thinking about this. Because I got the Sun card in the environment. So there's a very good energy coming towards you. When you originally made the offer and they just flat out said no. No. They were just like, nope. I feel like that made an impact on this person. And then they've had time to think about this. I feel like something in their life might have been a little, you know what? I'm kind of feeling like something in their life might have been a little hidden. And the real reason for that no might be a little bit more covert than you realize. But they were thinking about it. And I feel like the thought about you may have pulled them out of a certain situation, and now they're going towards you because the situation with you seems a lot better for them. So I feel like whatever the reason they said no before, I don't think you know what that is. I don't think they want people to know what that is. I think it might be a little bit more of a secretive thing. And whatever that situation was, they've kind of pulled themselves away from it. And you're a better choice. You're definitely a better choice. And they're seeing that. So they're kind of coming towards you. So things are changing. And to you it seems very fast, but they've been thinking this through. They've been moving away from one thing because it was not good for them, but they're moving towards you because you're a much better choice. And they've been pondering. They said no before, but the reason they said no, I feel like might be a little more of a mystery because they don't want it to be known. Okay? Yeah. Now, I'm seeing this Three of Wands as the base of your situation here. You seem to be at this spot where you're like, I'm either going to go forward or I'm going to move on. But you're not going to live in the limbo land. Limbo land? You're not going to stay in limbo long. I feel like you refuse to do that. I feel like you're making that decision. I'm either going to go forward with this or I'm going to be like, you know what? I changed my mind. No. I don't feel like you want this to linger. So it's either go forward or go away. Oh my lord, my phone scared the crap out of me. I was really deep in this reading. I still am, but woo, it scared the loving bejeebas out of me. Now, go forward or go... Yeah, okay. Now, you got two cards ushering you in, which are interesting cards. Knight of Cups and Five of Wands. Now, when this information comes at you quickly, I'm noticing this Five of Wands, but I'm noticing the Knight of Cups above it. I probably shouldn't say who it is, but there's somebody who's fairly close to me. And this person, when something they like comes towards them, they do have a bit of Leo energy going on too. It just kind of makes me chuckle. If there's something they like, but they don't expect it, they could have a negative response to it because it shocks them. I know this happens every now and then with this person that I'm thinking of too. It's funny because the person I'm thinking of, like if this person wasn't expecting it but definitely wants it to happen, is very happy about it, but wasn't expecting it at all and just kind of shocks them, can have a very negative, kind of angry response to it. Even though it's a good thing, it's especially these two cards coming through. So I'm feeling like when this information comes to you, you might kind of snap back and be like, what do you mean you want to be with me now? Like, what? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, you might have like an adversity right off the bat to it because you're kind of like, what? I moved on from that. You said no. But I feel like during the same conversation, I feel like the conversation might start off rough but end well. Okay, I should have turned off that phone. I apologize for that. So I feel like this is how it's coming to you. It might startle you. Kind of like that phone with me. Kind of like, you know what I mean? Kind of like that. You can just shut it now, phone. Thank you. Knight of Pentacles. This is where we're going next. You have Pentacle energy taking you through the end of this reading. I have to be honest with you. You go from the Knight of Pentacles, because I feel like this really, I know I'm saying it's either you're going to go forward or go on, one of the two. I do feel with the Knight of Pentacles, you're starting it. The Knight of Pentacles is a dedicated build, but things go fairly slow, but they do progress. I don't feel like this is a problem, but I do see you. It does seem like you're getting involved. I'm noticing we're skipping over the page. We're going right to the Knight, which makes me feel like this other person has been thinking about it long enough. They already know where they stand, and I don't feel like it's hard for you to get to the same level they are. And it seems to go fairly quickly in the sense of like getting involved with each other, but not like jumping right into moving in with each other. I don't see anything like that. But the Knight of Pentacles then goes to the King of Pentacles, which is, I feel like, the only way I'm feeling this energy is kind of changing is it's like the offer comes through and then it's going forward with the offer. The King then takes charge in the sense of this is looking at the situation in an analytical sense, like how do we match up? Where do we see this going? I almost feel like you're kind of sorting it out that way. Like, how do we really match up? And you're talking. I feel like there's deeper talks here. I don't really know about the history of the past coming through about the why. I feel like that might be a little elusive. I don't know if you'll really get an answer because I don't feel like the person really likes the past. I don't feel like they want to deal with the reason it was a no before. You might get like a airy answer like, well, I just didn't think it was possible at the time. I had things going on, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized I shouldn't have said no or whatever. I feel like you're going to get kind of airy answers with that, if that makes sense. Open-ended situations where you're not really going to get the answer of what actually was going on. But I do see you guys getting closer and realizing, like, here's how we match up. This is how this matches up. You know, challenges, you know, credits. Things are going to work well. Things that aren't. You know, things like that. That's where it seems to go to next. Excuse me. And then the Queen of Pentacles at the end, which I just feel the energies then goes from the analytical side to the more of the emotional. How do you match up emotionally? You know, I feel like it's talking about family and friends. Like, how you feel about each other is fine at this point. I don't feel like that's any type of question. But how do, like, your social circle and their social circle, family, friends, things like that mesh it back and forth? Because I feel like this is kind of another step in the right direction because you're just piecing it together, like how much of a chance do you guys have for this to work out, and you're looking to see how supportive each side will be. I'm not sure. No, where are we going with this? I'm getting like you're moving your lives together. I don't feel like you're analyzing it. I feel like you're moving your lives together at this point, and there's emotional bonds being made both ways that are deeper into like your each other's social circle. All right, so you're going first. You're like analyzing it. How do things match up? It's more of a static on paper. How does it look? To then like moving into each other's social circle. Like you're making more bonds with each other inside each other's social circle. Like you're hanging out with the other person's friends. They're hanging out with your friends. Both groups are kind of coming together at certain events. Things like that. Okay, so I feel like this is going well. That shock is interesting. Don't do it. Don't do it, phone. Just keep your P's and Q's to yourself. But I feel like it's going to work out. I feel like it is going to work out. That shock, just getting over that shock. I'm just like, I feel like I'm waiting for that phone to just do some wonky sound again just to shock me. But I feel like that's going to start it off, and then everything should be fine. Okay. I think I'm gonna wrap this up here. That threw me right off for a second there. It shocked me. So if you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.